Hello everyone, I am Adiana and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about the question of, should I settle down, get married, have kids, start my career, or should I travel? This is a question that I get a lot. This is a question that people are constantly asking me. What made me decide to travel instead of settling down and buying a house and everything, which I almost did actually, guys. I almost bought a house in San Antonio and I was gonna settle down and just kind of like travel here and there, but I'm so happy I didn't do that. I am so happy that I decided to go with my passion, to go with what I wanted to do and travel. So for you out there who may be questioning what you should do, I would really just say weigh your options, weigh what you're wanting to do in life. You know, can you hold off school? Can you can you settle down later, or can you travel right now? Can you afford to travel? Can you are you in the right state of mind and the right state of being to travel? You know, how's your situation looking? So I would really just say to kind of just look at your situation and what you really want to do, and really just weigh out your best option for you. But what I will say is that as a solo traveler, I get the question all the time of, when are you gonna settle down? When are you gonna travel? And this is a question that I get asked mainly by like my family or like my friends, or just kind of people that's on social media, and I don't really have an answer for that. I think in the time of millennials and where we are getting married later, we are having kids later, we are postponing school, people are now doing the gap year, people are and the gap year extends to years. You know, where people are doing all these different things besides the traditional of graduating high school, go to college, get a career, get married, start a family, retire at like 65, and then travel. You know, that is scary to me. I mean, if I think of that career plan and that life plan, I'm like, oof, you know, when is life for you? It kind of seems like life is a duty when you do that track. And I understand that back then that was what people had to do for the most part, you know. But now we have so many different opportunities. It's a whole new world where we can go away from that way of thinking and that way of living, and we are pushing past that and going to different directions and things like that. So, you know, when it comes to settling down, or whether you should travel, whether you feel like you're getting older, you know, it's probably about time for you to settle down. I feel like you have your own timeline. You know, my timeline isn't someone else's timeline, whose timeline isn't the next person's timeline. We all have our own timeline in life, and I feel like that we will adjust and we will get into the rhythm of what that timeline is as life goes on, because not everyone starts at the same position. Some people may need to work, you know, maybe some people have kids at a younger age and they need to support their children, so they have to work. They don't really have that, so their timeline of having kids started earlier than your timeline. But that doesn't mean that one is bad or one is good, or it's just all different, you know. And you really shouldn't compare yourself and what you're doing to what someone else is doing. So yeah, you know, I kind of feel like as far as timelines go in life, and it's a journey, that I think we just need to always remember that it's different compared to the person, and that you shouldn't think of yourself as less than because you're not doing what someone else is doing, because I feel like we all have goals and we all have visions where we want to be, And so even though you may be looking at the next person and thinking, wow, they're doing something super cool, I wish I could kind of do something like that. Well, that same person is looking at the next person that has an ambition to do something similar to what the next person is doing, you know. But everything happens on different time, depending on your life. But just to answer the question, for me, I feel like my life, like not my life, I feel like my time to settle down will be once I go back to the US, and then once I go back to either if I'm gonna get my PhD or if I'm gonna go to law school. It really just depends. I feel like that's when real life is gonna kick in. I feel like right now just traveling is, I mean, it's real life, but I feel like it's more of me just kind of enjoying my life for me. And then once I go back to the US at whatever year or two that is, then I feel like is when, okay, now it's time for me to maybe settle down. Maybe you know, I'll be in school still, but I would also now be looking like, okay, now I'm thinking about finding a husband, or you know, having kids, and settling down, getting a house, getting a stable location where I want to be. What's really funny is that I was on the phone with my dad a couple days ago, and he is Nigerian. I mean, he is true Nigerian, and he moved to the US before I was born, of course, which is where he and my mom met and got married. But he messaged me, well no, he called me, and he was like, you know, Ariana, I really wish you would just settle down. Why do you have to be moving from location to location? Why can't you just be in one place and be happy in that one place, you know? And he just couldn't understand it. He still can't, you know. My dad is 64, so he cannot understand traveling and doing things, because in his day and age and where he grew up, because he grew up in Nigeria, so his and he, I think he did like I know he told me he was a DJ for a minute, so his life wasn't too privileged to where he could get up and travel and go to different locations. He came to the US for school, so he never even had that possibility of traveling. He never thought about it because that just wasn't his life then. And also I feel like many other people could relate to that, but he just never thought about it. So with me traveling and like, no daddy, you know, I want to see the world, I want to travel, I want to do all these things that he never even imagined, that he never even thought about doing. He just cannot comprehend that, comprehend me traveling. So if you have, and I explain to him, I tell him, you know, it's fine, you know, a lot of people are doing it, you know, it's what I want to do. It makes me happy, you know. I could be happy to settle down, but right now that's just not where I'm supposed to be in life. And you know, he still doesn't get it, to be honest. But he's like, you know what, I trust you, I'm just gonna be praying for you, and you know, just make sure you're safe, make sure you are, you know, just give me encouraging words, though he still does not agree with what I'm doing. But he doesn't really, he says he doesn't agree with it, but he leaves it up to me, you know, essentially. But just for you out there, if there's someone that you have, if there's a passion that you have and something that you want to do and other people may not agree with it, I would say follow what you want to do, because at the end of the day, this is it's your life, it's my life, it's your life. Everyone has their own life, and we can't live our life pleasing other people. So if you're 25 and you're wanting to settle down, you're wanting to get married, have kids, settle down and live your life as a married person, amazing. Like, that's amazing, because that's what you want to do. But if that's not your life, if that's not what you want to do at the age of 25 or 27 or even 32 or 35, you know, stand in your own truth, you know, do what makes you happy, do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, those people who are out there telling you what you shouldn't do, questioning why you're doing it, they're living their lives. either happily and as how they want to do it, or maybe they're not happy and maybe they need to see you pursue your dream, so that just gives them the inspiration to pursue theirs. So yeah, this is really all I have to say, guys. This is a short video, but I just wanted to throw that out there because I get that question a lot. And again, I'm gonna settle down when I meet that right person and I feel like it's right, but until then I'm gonna stay traveling. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe, and if there's any other topic that you guys want me to talk about, if there's any other question that you guys have, and I will happily do a video on it. So yeah, have a great day. Bye.